Hello, everybody. This is the Nickie B. Smith Show, and I am Nickie B. Smith. How you doing today? You know what? I'm here with my beautiful, magnificent cousin,
Oh,
Risa. Wait,
hi everybody. Thank you. Wow, what an intro. Thank you.
just thought I'd go. Wow, on you today. You guys are doing okay? You doing okay, Risa?
Yeah, it's just hot, but that's the way it is.
That's it. That's it. We don't control nothing. We just think we do. The
We
only
can
thing
complain, but nobody cares, okay?
nobody cares. They just don't want to say, okay.
Yeah.
Some of us care, but either way, the way I just wanted to say hello to you. Today is I want to share with you guys today what I've dug up on me, Ree, deep diving with me. You know, I was speaking with my godmother this morning. You guys know her, Dr. Emma Kelly Rhodes. Hi, Ma. Hi, Mother. How you doing?
And
Risa
I've
said,
adopted her too. So hi.
we love it. We love it. And I've always said, Bree, that when people have good parents, whether they are uh, godparents or a single parent, whatever, you really have your weight in gold because I didn't have either.
Mhm.
And you were fortunate. You had a nice grandmother that adopted you. I didn't have any of it.
And
I
mom.
just had to
Yeah,
grow up with whatever I taught myself.
yeah.
And and saying that to the audience, this is a good way of soul searching and
Hmm.
moving forward. You
Hmm.
see, moving forward, because you gotta grow to move forward. Now I'm very, very pleased to say that people are reaching out, Ree, about the show. They've been doing that one about me and you being so compatible.
Nice.
But they are reaching out about their trauma. Some of them are still in it. Some of them are trying to adapt and adjust to a new life. Many of them, most of them, have already uh, lived through it. But it's a lot of things that we miss when we don't have parents to teach us. Because let me say this, I was soul searching me, and I have a high IQ, right? I have a high IQ. Not as high as my grandson, but I have a nice IQ. And growing up, I I I thought I had to go to college. I had to do all the things that traditional people talk about. But it really wasn't beneficial to me. I made great grades because I just wanted to. But what I took in college, it helped me with talking to people who have been in traumas or domestic violence, that's trauma, or bad business proposals. But I've never been gifted of making money. And that I don't understand about me. That's what I was talking to our godmother about, Dr. Emma Kelly Rhodes, this morning. As smart as I am, on a scale of 100, most of the people I know that is doing well in life, money wise, they got they don't have to have a whole lot of education. Now, just hang with me a minute. I got a point to this. My grandfather, O.T. Smith, on my father's side, his father, ran a successful funeral home, successful history maker, one of the first black men with a funeral home business in the state of Arkansas, that is. You see,
Mhm.
I loved his what I knew about him for that short period of time, you guys. I loved his spunk. I love him as an honorable man. In fact, for so many years, he was the first one I've ever met. Okay. But he only had a sixth grade education and ran a hugely successful funeral home business. Now, me, all my life, I've been helping others. Well, not all my life, because I'm from the time I was 12 to the time I was able to get out of the house fully, which was 17 years old. I was being raped, beaten, abused by my father. And my mother ran away from my father because of his brutality and his meanness and his hatefulness. But in that growing, I recognized that I was above average when it came to education. Okay. I was above my regular peers, I should say. They all went to school. We all went to school. And I may or may not have made straight A's because of my life, my situation. But I kept good grades, really good grades. Rarely ever made a C because I loved it. But here's what I didn't learn. I never learned how to charge people and make money. I'm talking long-term money. And the successful people usually don't have a college education. Some do, some don't, depend on their situation. If they become a doctor or a dentist or a lawyer or whatever, they had to study for that. So they probably learn well their field. Me, I got in the habit of helping others and in doing so, I helped people. I started with people who were experiencing rape, domestic violence, brutality in their homes. So I never thought to charge anybody. And the reason and I'm not harping, but I just want to understand me more. And I believe you guys can give me feedback on it. How about that? Here's the deal. I didn't charge anybody to help them, Risa, because it was helping me. See, the more I come and develop myself in this area, which I call this area right here, my donation to my charity area. Because the more I do this, the more I help me. That's the truth. The more I'm healed, the more I'm free, the more I love to help you. So, what's your feedback on that, Bree? What you think? And I'm gonna keep going in a minute, but I just kind of want to push it your way right now and tell me what you are thinking.
Well, I think there's definitely something to you healing. I think just from since I've known you, and since I've been a frequent participant on your show. I think that I think we both have learned some stuff. Uh,
Okay.
I I think that everybody probably has some kind of trauma in their life that they may or may not be healed from, or maybe have healed. I think that anybody that has gone through the horrible stuff that you endured, I think the healing is a journey, is a process. I don't
Yes.
think your healed per se? How do you get away from that, that past? But I think it has helped you grow. And I think the fact that you recognize that other people need help getting through their trauma, it's amazing that you could just sit there and just it's your thing and that's it. But you're sharing your experiences. You've shown your experiences, quite frankly, in this book. I mean, it doesn't get
Thank you.
any less graphic, I don't think, or any more. Well, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's pretty graphic, is what I'm trying to say in
It's
the
a
book.
hard
You laid it
read.
out pretty honestly, you know, uh, in your book, and it's a hard read, but you were reaching in and sharing your feelings and sharing your experiences
Yeah.
and putting tips out to help other people that have trauma. Maybe it's not the same trauma that you've experienced. Just recently, I just happened to notice I was just looking at Facebook and I saw you did a pop-up recently. You may have done more since then, but you did a pop-up recently where you were reaching out to help a lady who had reached out to you. Now, I don't know how this lady even found you. Maybe she saw
Yes.
your show. I
Mhm.
don't know.
Mhm.
But from what I can from what I can see, the advice you were giving her was good. It's like,
Yeah. Thank
girl, get yourself and your children out of that situation as
you.
best you can quickly, and then
Yeah.
deal with all the other stuff afterwards.
Yes.
You don't know how far reaching your advice may be. And
Okay.
sometimes, I don't know, maybe folks like us maybe are not supposed to have a whole lot of money. I give away stuff, this isn't obviously isn't the same thing, but I remember, I tried to be an Avon representative years ago. And this girl, she was a good friend of mine, and she told me, she said, "You the worst Avon lady I've ever seen in my life." You know why? Because because first of all, half the time I was giving away stuff, so that was one thing, and the other is because she asked me about a product, and she said, "Well, what do you think about this? What do you think about that that I'm supposed to be selling?" And I told her, well, I don't know. I haven't actually tried that product, but you were absolutely beautiful to me. I don't think you need all this
Yes.
junk. I don't think you need
This
all this.
junk, your
Yeah,
products, you're
that's
selling, you call
that's
it junk.
pretty
Oh,
much
that's
what
a
I said.
bad, that's a red flag right there, baby.
I, I said, I said, whatever she is just beautiful. She had it going on. And I'm like, whatever regimen you're already using, you should keep doing and don't put this stuff on your face. And she just looked at me. She said, "You the worst GD Avon lady I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna buy this stuff and you're gonna sell it to me." That's the way. So
You know,
I tried it for a
what?
little longer, Nikki, but it really wasn't for me. Okay, because I don't care. I'm just gonna give it. I don't like asking people for money. So I
Ah,
don't know. I don't know how to help.
okay. Well, I do appreciate your honesty
I
and
don't
you
know how to make money either.
calling your own product junk. Well, I can see that red flag one no go.
She told
but
me.
but now I do realize that the reason I hadn't been charging people
Mhm.
uh because it's usually an emergency situation,
Uh-huh.
right? Like the lady I was talking to originally. I stopped
Absolutely.
everything I was
Absolutely.
doing
Hmm.
to help her
Hmm.
because what I could see is a dangerous situation.
Yes.
And what I could see is she needed she needed somebody other than herself that
Yes.
who has experience in this area tell
Hmm.
her it's time for you to get on the bus, Gus, and get yourself free.
Yeah.
Because this is already ugly.
Mm.
And that's as much as I can say about that, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Now, and as I said, It started off just helping me,
Mm-hmm.
just helping me. But
Mm-hmm.
I had a person tell me recently, and I really did appreciate his advice. He said, Nikki, you just can't keep giving everything away free. You
Yeah.
just can't. You know, you are a hugely impression in my wife's life, in my life, and us making it as a team. You've been real good at that. You didn't know that. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't mind sharing it with you because you did ask me why I didn't make any money. But what we discovered in this was I did make money in other areas. When I
Mm-hmm.
was younger, I was a hustler, not a
Mm-hmm.
hooker hustler.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not cutting the hookers. I mean, they do what they got to do for their lives. It's just not
Mm-hmm.
what I
Mm-hmm.
did.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a street hustler. I had to feed my family. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
even the oldest. I'm the third of
Mm-hmm.
eight.
Mm-hmm.
But and then my father has 9 children, to
Mm-hmm.
our knowledge, but 8 of us is by my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because by the time the ninth one came, it was a new wife, new life, and I was full grown. You see,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so almost full grown anyway. But either way it goes, yeah, I was almost. But either way it goes, I hustled.
Mm-hmm.
I hustled the streets. At
Mm-hmm.
9 years old, standing on top of a coat of a milk carton. You know those little rack things like a
Mm-hmm.
wooden box or a plastic box.
Mm-hmm.
I stood on top of that and fixed hair.
Mm-hmm.
I hustled. But here's the deal that I learned. I hustled for food. I hustled for my family having something to eat when
Mm-hmm.
our father was not available because he
Mm-hmm.
was drunk in the clubs or whatever, and our mother ran away because of the abuse. So somebody had to jump out there and come jump out the box
Yeah.
and eat and feed us. You see, somebody had to wash clothes. I learned to wash clothes in a bathtub with a plunger. You
Mm-hmm.
see, I learned those things because we had to have it.
Mm-hmm.
And in that process, I realized talking to Mother Rhodes,
Mm-hmm.
talking with you, and talking with my friend who advised me on him, the impact that I've had on him and his wife, has taught me I never learned how to make money past a month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, and that's what I'm sharing with the audience today. Is I I would make money to live to the next month.
That's called
I
surviving. It's called surviving, and we know how to do that. I mean, I at some point learned, I learned how to, save a little bit, but it's just a little bit. I don't pretend to have the financial knowledge that I probably should have. And as poor Black children or poor underserved children, not only just Black children, but poor underserved children, we're not taught that kind of stuff because
that's
the
right.
parents that are there are busy surviving. And just as or just as you're speaking of,
Okay.
um, um, your mom wasn't there to advise you, but your mom, she was young anyway when she got married and started having children, and then she left. Your father was trying to kill her. You know what I mean? It was just a whole lot of things going on, and y'all had to survive the best you could, you and your other siblings, and you did what you could to feed them, to shield them. You had a lot going on. And then when you stepped from that and then you became a mom yourself, you
Yes. Yes.
did you did what you needed to do to take care of your two children. And
Yes.
during that time, when other people reached out to you and like, hey, this is going on, I need help, you gave them advice. You shared your food, you shared
Yes.
whatever you had to share with them. And so we have graduated to where we are
Right.
now. You're still sharing with people. You're still
Yes.
uh, saying, hey, if you need me, call
Yes.
me. If you need me, purchase my book so you can kind of um, maybe get some tips. And we get on here a lot of times and we come up with these themes sometime or whatever the show is going to be about. Sometimes it's to be positive, to try and make the best of your life. Use your experience.
Right.
It's
Right.
there. Use the your experience, but use it to help keep propelling yourself to
Amen.
move up.
Amen.
Don't
Amen.
stay there. We
Hmm. Hmm.
do what we can.
I like that. I appreciate that because sometimes I feel vulnerable. And we got about 8 minutes. Um, it could go into the part two, but honestly, I don't want it to go into part two. So we got about 8 minutes. So we got to kind of rush it. So uh, we apologize for it being so short. We had technical difficulties.
Story of our lives.
That's the story of our life. But I do appreciate that advice because I was wondering, you know, why didn't I learn how to make money long term instead of month to month to month? And I realized talking to you and mother this morning, no one taught me that. So I didn't teach it to myself as much as I've been taught and as many seminars as I have paid for that teaches that, you know, whole bunch of folks. And I'm talking uh number one, I mean 1%ers, at least three of them that I've had the opportunity to meet.
Mhm.
And yet I learned everything they have and didn't execute it for a short while. It's like I'm jumping out the gate, rushing to get it done to prove to me that I can do it. And then I either kept doing it in a slower pace or stopped altogether. But see, this new Nickie, this I Rise Nickie, and this show, girl, has been so positive, especially with you
Well, thank you. Appreciate
influencing me and mother influencing me and you guys, the audience influencing me to keep going. Now I realize this Nickie that likes to rise. This girl, this woman has learned the value of a dollar. I no longer want to live from month to month to month. It took me a long time, y'all. It took me a very long time to get to this point. But once I crossed that threshold, now I'm in it.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Y'all
But
better
some of
watch
y'all,
out.
some of y'all might think I'm a little older, and but that's your opinion. That means nothing to me if it's not in the right direction of positiveness. And to me, this new Nickie, this I Rise Nickie, I want to make long term money, and I'm on the road to it. So you have to decide for you, audience. See, I really believe that I just wasn't ready. I do. I believe that my higher power was working with me the whole time, but I was slipping back in the darkness so much that I couldn't keep going, if that makes any kind of sense. And
Hmm.
that advice that you just gave me opened my mind and my eyes that quickly that you are on the right path, Nickie, just like I told that lady to get herself on the bus, Gus,
Get on the bus.
and
Get
get
yourself
yourself
good.
free.
Yeah.
And then you can figure everything out after that. But here, right now, you got to get past that threshold, baby. That's the way I see my life. I got now, right now, the most outstanding thing I'm so proud of is Pets Our Family and this show. This show. And pets are family. Oh my God. I am building something so amazing with Pets Are Family. And that's an online store. And I'm gonna tell you who is with once we have opened it. And it's not like some of this other stuff I don't said, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and it'd be a whole lot of months in between, but I do it. The only thing I haven't done is put that new book out. That's on the fireplace right now. It's coming because this new store, this online store that I'm building, I don't even want to call their name yet until it's fully built. And then I'm going to recommend them because I believe in it. Now, there I will make money. And when I do one-on-ones read, I make money.
Mm-hmm.
But on the average, I don't. Because if you advertise on this show, I will charge you a small fee. But this show is still healing me. So I don't do that too much. But when you do a one-on-one like that lady, she didn't have no money. She just needs to get some advice.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying, in the long run, I'm learning how to make money for more than a month. And I have had some positive people that I have influenced me. So, having said all that, this is a short show, but I want you to continue to believe in yourself. Live strong with courage, confidence, and faith, and value who you are. Get your partner. Get you somebody that's honest with you, like Marisa. She'll come on here for y'all and me. Marisa.
Can I just say
She my
that I,
yes, yes.
I it's it's helping me too. It's
Thank you.
helping me too. And I appreciate you for, letting me come along and be on the ride. And I appreciate your audience, our audience.
I was about to say,
You
I
know, um,
appreciate you call it our.
y'all need to, we need feedback,
Thank you, God. Thank you.
jump in there and leave your comments, and thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. We got in October be 4 years, all because of you guys. And when Pet our family come along, you know what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna appreciate your pets even more. You're gonna show that love because they family. Boop. I love you guys. Risa love you too. And she's the best friend I ever had. She teaches me like she just did. See, I couldn't see it. I didn't understand. Why is it all this education, all this brain, and I can't go from month to month to month? That's ridiculous. But now I
It's
can.
okay, but you still survive it, and you're still doing what you need to do, and you're helping others to do what they need to do too. So
Well, you know what? I'm going to say to my higher power, thank you. And to God be all the glory. And you do what you have to do with your higher power. But keep moving forward. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for being part of the show. Lisa girl, here's your kiss. Mwah! And the rest of you, here's a kiss to you. Mwah! Don't forget to order the book, Self Healing for Sexual Abuse Survivors Who Are Tired